Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing the Star Wars BrickHeadz set 75317, The Mandalorian and the Child. It has 295 pieces and it retails for $20 in the US, where it released towards the end of July. It was supposed to be an August 1st release. I actually pre-ordered it online way back in like March or February. And it came earlier than that. It came like July 27th or something. So that was really neat. That was my first online pre-ordering experience with them. I've only ever done like the in-store pre-order when Hogwarts Castle came out back in 2018. So I really like that LEGO's going more into pre-ordering directly from them. That's really nice. And this is the cheapest way to get a Baby Yoda. You know, he's officially called the Child, but this is the cheapest way to get him, because the only other ways to get him are there'll be an $80 buildable figure later this year, and there's going to be, you know, like a minifigure scale version in the $130 Razor Crest releasing in September. So obviously, since this is a BrickHeadz set, there are no minifigures. We're going to start off with the Child, who's labeled as number 113. Now, I really love this build. I love that they made like the cradle with him. You know, they could have just done the little Baby Yoda. You know, he's like one of those like half-size BrickHeadz, so they could have just made this at $15. But I'm really glad that they have the cradle, because this thing is such a detailed build, and I really like how they got the shaping on here. So they don't use any printed pieces. You know, the only printed pieces they use for Baby Yoda are the eyes. But they have like this detailing with the quarter round tiles. They just build it in. I really like how the flame yellowish orange goes in there. Then I love how they use these dome pieces for the back, you know, for like the retractable like covering. You know, it's kind of just like a regular human stroller, but it floats. And so, yeah, now there is a couple weird color variations with these. Like, these pieces are like darker, or sorry, these ones are darker than those. It is really weird. It's another like little quality control issue with LEGO. Like, you can see that the one on the bottom is darker, or sorry, is lighter than like the ones that are left in there. And both of these colors don't match up perfectly with the actual flame yellowish orange color. So that is weird. I don't understand why there's so much color variation, but it also is a little bit annoying because you can really see it in person, like, you know, if you're looking for it. But anyway, so on to Baby Yoda. He can be taken out of the pod just like that. There's a little spot for him to sit, and there's like some like little handles or something, so that's really nice. And the actual Baby Yoda BrickHeadz is super cute. You can see that they use sand green as the main color on him, and then dark tan to create his little robe. I really like his design. I love those little like clip hands in sand green. I love his ears. They just use like these sloped pieces. Turning it around, you can see his back is pretty plain. And then the other thing that they show is like a feature is that you can just break off these earpieces and turn them around. And that really changes up his look. You know, like now he looks like a little bit sadder and like meeker. And I really like that. I love how, you know, it's just so simple. All you have to do is turn those pieces around. But it's a really great little thing to add to this. And so, yeah, I think that this is one of the best BrickHeadz they've done, obviously. It's a really cute, cheap way to get him for people that don't want to shell out for, like, the buildable one that we haven't seen yet, or, you know, for the minifigure one. So I really like this Baby Yoda BrickHeadz. All right, so here's the Mandalorian BrickHeadz. Now, I don't own the Boba Fett one, but this guy's helmet, I do think is constructed differently, because I believe that Boba Fett's was, like, more angled to the sides. I really like the way they got, like, the black part of his helmet in there. It's just one of those 1x4 rounded bricks. And I really like the detailing on the front, because, you know, on BrickHeadz, usually this would be done with, like, a 1x4 or a 1x4 tile print. A 1x4 brick or tile print is what I meant to say. But here it's fully built up, and I really appreciate that. You know, you've got, like, the binocular piece detailing. The belt buckle is built up. Now you can see his legs do have, like, different colors on them to show weathering, which is really nice attention to detail. This is also a printed piece. You can see he's holding a little blaster. And I like the use of the lightsaber handle pieces to create detailing on his legs, and those are really shiny, which I also like. There's detailing on the sides of his helmet as well. And then spinning him around to the back, you can see that there's a little bit of detail on the back. But they do give you a built-up version of his gun, which I just did not take off very well. But yeah, this is like the main gun that he uses in the show with like the prongs. I think it's the thing that he uses to like incinerate the Jawas. Now, the sad thing is that he can't actually hold this, because that long Star Wars blaster piece, it's too long at the back to fit into his hand. So that's kind of disappointing, because it would have been nice if he could hold it. Although this is a static display piece, and it's more targeted for adults than for kids, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal, because it still looks good on his back. And I really like the way they built up his cape. I don't have a BrickHeadz that has a cape already, and so I like the way, you know, that they build it up on the side so that it looks like it's wrapping around. And then just like the way that they use all those curved pieces, I think it looks really great. The one thing I think is odd is the use of that stud there, because I feel like it just ruins the flow a little bit. I feel like they should use a 1x1 plate instead. But yeah, pretty decent BrickHeadz, and I'll take him off the stand. His legs do break off quite easily, like they do on a lot of these like human figures. But there's the stand, and that's pretty much it for this guy. Here are the extra pieces for the set. There's quite a few, but you know, that makes sense because BrickHeadz have so many small pieces. I think the nicest one is getting like that shiny lightsaber hilt, and you do get an extra one of those color variant like quarter tiles. I tried using like the lightest color ones that match the bricks, but I wish that, you know, there was more consistency in those pieces. Here's the box for the set. It's the normal, you know, BrickHeadz 2-pack size. So it has the set name in here like really tiny, but I also think it's interesting how instead of just having the Mandalorian logo, it also just says the child, and that's trademarked. So I don't know, that's interesting to me. I feel like they could have just had the Mandalorian logo up in the corner. And you know, I hope Baby Yoda actually gets a name soon. I'm sure he will in season 2 of the show, but it's really weird to just, you know, have companies be calling him the child because they can't call him Baby Yoda, but then everyone else is just calling him Baby Yoda. But yeah, so that's it for the front of the box. On the side, I love this art, you know, from the first episode where the Mandalorian found him. This is like such an iconic shot from the series, and I really like that it's on the side of this box. And then spinning it around, you can see that they advertise like, you know, how you can just switch the ears around and just how they go onto the stand and everything. So yeah, that's it for the box. Here are the instruction manuals for the set. As with all BrickHeadz 2-packs, I think you get 2 separate manuals, one for each BrickHead. Now, at the back of the Baby Yoda manual, you do have the Skywalker Saga advertisement, you know, the new video game coming out later this year. And then the Mandalorian manual also has advertisements for the summer sets. So that's really cool because, you know, it shows you all the sets. It shows you all of those. But I don't know, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't just spotlight the Razor Crest. It is up here in the corner. But I don't know, I'm surprised that they didn't just have like a big page advertisement for the Razor Crest. And I also think it's interesting that they haven't revealed the Baby Yoda set. I think it's supposed to come out in October, the buildable one. But I don't know, it would have made sense to me to like reveal it by now, and then you could have included it in the advertisements in the back of these. But you know, maybe it's like meant to coincide with season 2 or something. So that's pretty much it for this review. You know, I really like the Mandalorian TV show. I love Baby Yoda, and I think that this is a great way to get him. You know, it's really cute. It's a thing that's bigger than just like the minifigure scale baby, which is extremely tiny. But it's also, this is not going to be as big as the buildable one. So I feel like this is a really cute little mid-sized build for like people that are fans of the Mandalorian but not necessarily fans of Lego, because you know, this like BrickHeadz are meant to capitalize like on the Funko Pop market, and so you know, I'm sure like Funko's been selling a ton of Baby Yodas, and I'm sure that Lego is really going to sell a lot of these sets because it's the cheapest way to get him, and it's not even the smallest Baby Yoda. You know, it's a good size, it's inexpensive for most people. So yeah, I think that this is a great set. I really like it. I'm really glad that LEGO is making so much Baby Yoda merchandise in 2020, given that, you know, they couldn't put any out in 2019 for the first wave of Mandalorian sets. But yeah, that's, oh, and I mean, the Mandalorian BrickHeadz is nice as well, but I mean, the main star of the show is definitely Baby Yoda here. So that's it for this review. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys with more reviews coming very soon. Bye for now.